Mild spoilers ahead.
You know, if these characters were so good at magic, why haven't they disappeared the live action versions of this show? Anyways, Fullmetal Alchemist. Oh, what a time. This review is going to be a little different. This show technically has 4 seasons. They're described as parts, and each part has a different opening. So you kind of think, oh, they're kind of different. Speaking of the parts, there's a first one, and I guess I should talk about that one first. I think the first part does a fantastic job setting up the story and setting up what's good about this whole show. There's great characters, there's good action, there's also plenty of humor. Now, I had no idea how much humor there was before I watched it, but I'm happy it's in the show because there are a few moments in this season that aren't very happy. Besides that, there's not really much else to say. For a first season, it does what it needs to do, and it does it well. Now, part 2, on the other hand, oh baby, baby, this is by far the best part in the entire show. You got more dope characters. The action's even better. You get more of the 7 deadly sins. The character's not the actual thing. You know what I meant. And they are a ton of fun, even though I think, and not Envy, the freaking, actually it was Envy. Okay, well, even though Envy sounds like freaking Aquafina, and like every time I hear her, I'm like, girl, that you? Mei Chang was also an amazing addition. I love her so much. Speaking of great characters, this part established Mustang as my favorite character. And I'm not going to spoil it, but he does something that's so cool. Oh, let me just give you a clue. If you know, you know. What I also really like about this part particularly is that it explores more of the world for the first time. A lot of the first season was mainly in Central, but this season's like, let's go abroad, let's go to this country, let's go here. And that just made the overall world of this series so much better. Part 2 is far and away my favorite part of the entire series. The same cannot remotely be said for part 3. Listen, part 3 is not bad, okay? It's not no Korra season 2, but coming off of part 2, this was a bit of a letdown. There are welcome additions like Olivier. I think she's a total B.A.B. But I swear, half of the entire part is in one location, and it just, I don't know, it just gets boring. Can they just leave the place? Please? Plus the last few episodes just, yeah, it didn't really do it for me. That being said though, the action scenes are actually like really good, and they somehow get even better in part 4. Speaking of which, future chestnut here, I have made a grave error. I proceed to talk about part 4, unknowingly actually talking about part 5. I completely forgot that part 4 even existed. So when we eventually get to part 5, I will be correcting myself. Anyways, let me actually talk about the actual part 4. I do think part 4 is a step up from part 3. The second half of the season is like really good. There's a fight scene with Pride, and it's so good. The new crew that they make with Scar and all the other animal half-man people, don't question it. They make a really good crew. I like the stuff with Von Hohenheim. This is also when he explores his past, and it's interesting in a good way though. It also sets up part 5 very well. And speaking of part 5, part 5 serves as a good way for the series to end. It's hard for me to really talk about specifics without, you know, dealing with spoilers. But basically all the episodes span just a single day in the actual show, which is wild. And it's definitely better in part 3 with the regard of let's keep it condensed into one location or one day. With part 5, there's a lot more interesting stuff happening. The fight scenes are amazing. There's a lot of through lines with a lot of the characters. The whole part is basically just a rising action until the very end, and it's a pretty good ride to be on. Overall, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is a pretty good anime. I understand why a lot of people view this as the best anime of all time. While I disagree for reasons, I can definitely see why people enjoy it. There's great characters, there's amazing fight scenes, plenty of humor to go around. If you're looking to get into anime, or you want someone to get into anime, I think this will do just the trick. 7 out of 10.
Well,
I can see how she tricked you so easily. You've always been a sucker for big boobs.